Perfect Games National Spotlight shining just outside of Las Vegas, Nevada. What a gathering. What a gathering it is at the Bishop Gorman event. The great tournament at Cashman Field and nearby fields has pulled together teams from 5 states for this invitational, and of course from Canada. Calvary Day is out of Georgia, Savannah, Georgia, and of course out of Elk Grove, California. It's Franklin baseball with all sorts of baseball history and pro prospects on their squad as well. He's Steve Phillips, great broadcaster, great communicator, content creator, and a builder of major league teams for oh so long. And certainly as we settle in here, understand what we've seen today. Orange Lutheran out of Southern California defeating the defending state champs Palo Verde out of Nevada. And this is how they fought their way through. This is a wonderful event. Kudos to Bishop Gorman for putting this together, because you can see Colorado, of course Nevada, Canada, teams from Florida coming on across. Georgia in this event, those 5 states represented. Orange Lutheran is on. We'll have both semifinal games for you on Perfect Game TV, and we will do so tomorrow. Steve, again, it's fun because when you get prospects together like this, you get a chance to see someone special. That someone special is a Perfect Game All-American right-handed pitcher, Dylan Wood.
Oh, that's right. And big right-hander. Got a chance to see him last year in an Arizona commit. Big, strong guy, and a lot of arms and legs and body coming at you, the gloves swinging at you, and a lot of presence on the mound with him, and the ball moving in a lot of different directions as well.
Calvary Day has head coach Philip Lee, Dalton Kelly at the top of the order. Sam Renshaw is someone absolutely to keep an eye on. This is a very talented athlete, deserving to hit right in the heart of the order. Bauer, Wallace will work on the mound, so you've got a pitcher who hits for himself. That's always a fun conversation. And Russell Christian, I should say, rounds out at the bottom of the order. You heard about him a moment ago, and I said in our last broadcast, Steve, and you probably felt this way last night. It's one thing to see a prospect on our turf, meaning on the summer schedule, at a Perfect Game event, at a showcase. We're on his turf now. In other words, this is high school baseball. These are the young men that he studies with, that he goes out and grabs a bite to eat with. I love seeing him work. Perfect Game's wonderful, but I love him in his high school uniform.
Oh, I agree. Listen, he's playing with his guys, right? And going out there with the boys, they say all the time. They're buddies, and going out there competing, trying to get it done with his guys. And I really love Dylan Wood. Remember watching him back in the summertime. Look at this big body guy, arms and legs coming at him, and the big looping breaking ball right there. Good pitch. And what I love to see is the development, the growth, the improvement from last summer to what we're going to see today. Looking forward to it.
It's unique, and you can see it just looking at it. The weather has been certainly kind. The sunshine is the big part of it. Wind, it does take an effect on the baseball, though the home runs we had earlier today, wind or no wind, they were going out of this park quite easily. 65 degrees, sunshiny day. Wind will play a factor blowing out toward right field. When I say this about Dylan Wood, understand what I'm saying, because I want to be careful how I say it. I think a lot of times when you see, as you said, arms and legs, and when you then put the word throwback in there, I do mean it looks like a pitcher that we might have seen in older clips. But what I love about Dylan Wood is he's embracing who he is. The best pitching coaches, from Marcel Latchman to Leo Mazzoni to along the way current men, will tell you, you've got to be comfortable with who you are as a pitcher, and Dylan Wood seems to be very comfortable with who he is.
He certainly does. I do remember that he might need a chin strap for that hat, though, as it came off a lot when he threw the ball.
As he zips that one just outside, you're right. When you're tilting and moving that much, that's what occurs. Meet Dalton Kelly, who leads things off. Dalton plays for the Canes Southeast Scout team when he's playing travel baseball. Ready for that one, hits it hard to left field, but it hangs up nicely. A line drive into the glove of Tyler Cody in those good-looking white uniforms, from pants to jersey to cap. Talking about, of course, the defense of Franklin.
Well positioned right there. That ball was well struck, though. Ball up in the zone a little bit, and Kelly did a nice job getting on top of it and hitting it on the line.
He's going to be around the strike zone, Dylan Wood. Max Arnold works right behind him. Max, 17 and a half years old, from Savannah, Georgia, a 2025 grad. Been a couple of years since we saw him at a Perfect Game event, about 4 years back, but obviously his evolution has him batting second for a really, really good program. Breaking ball. Boy, there's your good old-fashioned drop ball. 1-2 the count. Arnold thinking about schools has thought about Georgia Southern, Florida. Had him reaching for that breaking ball, rolled to the right side. On across from the second base spot, Kyle Timmons to Dylan Minity on the 4-3 ground out.
You know what it is that for Dylan, you know, his leg swings across, and you almost expect the ball to move across as well. And sometimes the ball drops down, and so you sort of get things moving in different directions. And I think there's some deception with that delivery.
There is some depth with that breaking ball. It dives low and away to 2026, a junior, Quinn Johnson, 17-plus years old, left-handed pitcher as well as being a first baseman as he rolls that one foul up the first base line. As a matter of fact, it's a very talented arm. Last summer, this left-handed pitcher and hitter was up to 87 miles an hour at PG events, had a 1.47 ERA at perfect game events. Breaking ball, and that's a good pitch. That's a really good pitch.
Yeah, that's a good pitch. I think that fooled everybody.
Mike Otto works behind the plate. Ron Stills is out in the field as that one stayed outside. Franklin High School out of Elk Grove, California, Sacramento suburbs. That's on the inside corner, 3-2.
Boy, he's got some good tailing action on that fastball. Again, his body's moving toward the first base dugout, and the two-seam fastball's moving the other direction.
3-2, breaking ball. That's strike three. Like it was dropped down an elevator shaft. Quinn Johnson goes down on strikes. Fun for these athletes out of Georgia to deal with a perfect game All-American, one of the best in the country this past summer. You want to test yourself? Test yourself against that man.
I believe this is where it all began.
And here comes the pitch.
And this is the sweetest sound in the world.
Of course, to be able to swing a bat quick, you're going to have to be strong.
I believe you gotta rise before you can shine. That there is no agony worse than defeat.
The question is, does he have the bat speed? Does he have what it takes?
And an angel watches over me.
And swing it. Just keep swinging. Just keep swinging.
I believe this will all be worth it.
And the next pick in the 2024 draft is...
Las Vegas, Nevada, just outside Henderson, Bishop Gorman. Campus doesn't mess around. Great academics, great athletics. A gorgeous football stadium not too far from here where some of the best out of the state of Nevada have gone on to play all over the country. And we take a peek at the starting lineup for Elk Grove. Our host, of course, Bishop Gorman of this great event. Elk Grove, California-based Franklin Wildcats. You see Harris, you see Minity, McKinney, and Williams on down. Cody, Timmons, Moore, Flores, and then Andrew. Noah and Andrew back-to-back. Number 4 in his jersey, his name is Ryan Wallace. He takes the rock and he rolls, young Mr. Wallace. Third baseman by trade. Has a perfect game MVP on his resume as a travel ball player. We'll watch him pitch today in a wonderful challenge again against this deep team, and he zips a strike over the outside corner to Jason Harris. Harris lines that one into right center field. That will roll for a while. Look at Jason run. The Cal commit touches second, makes a big turn, stumbling on his way to third. Can he make it? He does. Oh, baby, it's a triple for Jason Harris.
Well, he got there. I tell you what, stumbling, falling, but he got himself there. This ball's well hit. Look at the short swing. Short, quick to the baseball right there. Boom. Driving that ball. That's some quick bat to the baseball. Good power. And you got the center fielder turning his back and running. You're thinking 3. You get a triple because you're getting it out of the batter's box. Not because you're faster on first and second, because you're fast out of the box. Thinking 3 all the way.
So he took part talking about Jason Harris at a perfect game showcase. Ran a 6.9 60 last year. He's way faster than that now. Not that that's not fast, as that's hit hard on a hop out toward third. That's Dylan Minity, the first baseman. That's a nice play by Brody Dawson. Saved a run.
Really good play. You field that ball. What you want to do is make eye contact with the base runner. Freeze him. That ball slicing there. Nice play. Look at him. Sort of jabbed at him with the glove. Caused him to go back to the base. That's an outstanding play. That's a tough play. Off a left-handed bat, that thing slicing away from you. Nice hands.
That's the biggest and best point you made. It's just, it could still keep squirting and moving and diving away. That's a really good play. Meet Royal McKinney, right-handed batter. Middle infielder, outfielder, right-handed pitcher. That means you're a good athlete. In the case of this game, he's the center fielder for Franklin. And just a sophomore.
Ideally, Wallace would love to get a strikeout here.
Left a breaking ball up. Right back behind the bag in time for the out. The run does score. Didn't get that strikeout. 2 outs in the inning and a run scores. Franklin leads at 1-0.
Well, that's a good piece of hitting right there, right? The infield is back. So just a ground ball back up the middle, you're going to get that runner in from third base. Although, somebody's got to check the shoes right there for Jason Harris. He slipped again coming in from third base. Somebody check his shoes.
Good eye, Steve Phillips, on that one as that one dives down and away. To Brandon Williams. Welcome to varsity baseball. Just a freshman and a really, really bright future. Not only a freshman, but a freshman catcher. Not only a freshman catcher, but a freshman catcher handling an All-American and handling one of the best big-name pitchers in the land as he fouls that one off. So kudos to Brandon Williams for how far he has come at a young age.
Not just a catcher handling a dominant ace pitcher, but batting fourth in his lineup.
And there's a lot to like about Brandon Williams as he takes a 2-1 high. Plays for that really successful MLB Breakthrough Series team and program. Part of that 2028 team, the Breakthrough Series team that we saw at a bunch of perfect game events. Just past 15 years old as he fouls that one off. Three and two, the count. And it takes outside, and he earns himself a walk. That is ball 4. A few more thoughts on Brandon. He's already thinking about where he'd love to play. How about Stanford, Vandy, Miami, Arizona, USC? They'll run for him. Brandon, a really good student, aspires to graduate with a 4-point+ GPA. Arcelli and Bobby, his parents. So fun to watch the freshman play in a big game like this.
Well, I'll tell you what, he had a couple of really good takes during that at-bat. A 2-1 pitch he took, a fastball up. A lot of young kids would swing at that and chase it. He didn't. And then even that 3-2 pitch, he laid off the breaking ball away. Nice job for a freshman. Excellent job.
Nolan Manoy is running at first base for him. Tyler Cody is the batter. Tyler, the left fielder. Plays his travel ball, does Tyler Cody for NorCal, the Cardinal program. Oh, and 2. Rob Bruno coaches that travel program. It's a really, really good one. Mike and Jen, Tyler's parents. So he gets a breaking ball on 0-2, hangs out over the plate, popped a mile high. The wind's Metza with it, and everybody's safe. Running hard, how hard? Stopping at third. Streaked all the way around at third. The wind, I told you, will play a role. I didn't know it would play a role this quickly and on the infield.
Well, and then you look at the shadows. The sun has to be right there as well. So you got the wind and the sun that you're battling out there. And then, you know what? A rule there, you drop it. Don't pick it up with your glove. Pick it up with your bare hand. If the ball's stopped on the ground, don't use your glove to pick it up. Grab it with your bare hand.
Kyle Timmons, his team gets new life, and this is a wonderful opportunity for the son of Sean and Stephanie. Kyle, a big Giants fan, that's his squad. And an active athlete, soccer, football, baseball. One and one the count.
Nice movement on that pitch. Infielders need to make sure they're moving behind the pitcher, and the throw back from the catcher right there is it had a little cutting action, and we saw a throw, an errant throw back to the pitcher in one of the games the other day.
Short little breaking ball hits the outside corner. Coaches will tell you, you remember them telling you, I remember them saying it, you've always got someplace to be.
Don't ever assume anything.
Yeah, they got him hung up. They're going to try and create a rundown and get something going. Keep an eye on that runner at third. And the runner trickles back to third, nothing doing. Look at those tricky Wildcats, Steve Phillips.
Yeah, well, it's not a bad play. When you get two strikes on the hitter, and, he's in a hole offensively, then sometimes what you want to do is try to force them to try to make a play on the bases.
2-2 the count, and they don't even throw it down. He moves on, Tyler Cody.
Let's go, lap.
Get their sign straight. Now a single just hits different.
Infielders have to knock it down on the ground. If it's a ground ball, try to keep that runner on second from scoring on the play. Negate that stolen base from giving them a chance to score in a single. Is keep it in the infield.
Wallace sees that one line down the line. So the inning rolls on. A miscue, and look who takes advantage. It's Franklin. Instead of being back in the dugout, they add 2 more runs, and they lead it 3-0. 2-out damage from Kyle Timmons.
Well, 2-strike approach. Shorten up his swing. Just short and quick to the baseball right there. I like that. You don't often see 2-strike approaches anymore. That pitch was up and in a little bit, and he just thought, let me take the bat head to the baseball. Not going to try to do too much. Not going to take a big swing. Let me just take the bat head to it and put it in play.
Not so hard to him.
And now the man they call Simo, Chance Moore, an uncommitted senior. Plays for that NorCal program as well. Stefan Valdez, apologies there. Runs that program where he plays. Well, Rob Bruno runs it, but he plays for Coach Valdez.
Say my bad.
Chance talks about Berkeley, talks about San Diego State, a couple of places he'd love to play his college baseball. Drops down a bunt, off the mound, set, fire, and in time for the 3rd out, Ryan Wallace makes the play. Well, a miscue extended the inning, but this inning doesn't happen without Jason Harris starting things off, and he was on the move swiftly. Found the alley, found his footing, and he finally made it to third. athlete and a good one by the name of Carter Hampton will start things off for Calvary Day. Calvary Day School, Savannah, Georgia. Opened its doors in 1961 as they go back to work against the challenging, talented, and somewhat tricky to pick up Dylan Wood. 1-1. Breaking ball, ground ball, surrounding it out there, and an underhanded flip in time for the out is Kyle Timmons. 1 away.
Yep. Able to get the ground ball and juice the ground ball right back up the middle. Trying to stay inside of it right there, but second baseman does an outstanding job. Kyle Timmons be able to get there, make the play, plant, make the throw to first base to get the out.
Sam Renshaw is the batter. He's in the hole 0-1, the son of Steve and Chris. Breaking ball, and just like that, it's 0-2.
Really good breaking ball. And, you know, deception is something that is such an underrated aspect of a pitcher, and Dylan's delivery is so deceptive.
Inside corner, strike 3. Punched him out. Mike Otto took a moment to let us know I'm fine with that. Here it is.
I mean, you know, he's got so many things moving in his glove and his hat. And then that breaking pitch where it looks like it's coming right at you. And then he's got such spin on it that he breaks it down right to the inside corner where it gets you to flinch. And he throws it for a strike. And then he comes right back with what appears to be low 90s with that fastball painting the outside corner.
Works quickly. Love that if you're a defender. The breaking ball is a ground ball. Diving attempt and off the glove that time of Timmons. Nice job hanging in there. Dawson, the hand strong enough to nearly shoot the hole.
Yeah, good effort right here by Timmons. Trying to go right back up the middle. They're doing a good job with the approach. You want to try to stay inside the baseball. It gives you a chance in the fastball and the breaking pitch if you keep your hands back. But Timmons does a nice job, just can't get it as the ball kicks away from his glove.
1-0 the count to Noah Bauer, the right fielder. This recent travel team, Chain Gang Black, just turned 17 years old. He's a junior. We've seen him at 10, make it 15 perfect game events as he pops that one up on the infield and popped it up in the perfect spot. Checked up like a sand wedge when you're playing golf, and nothing could be done there by Jason Harris.
Yeah, I'm not sure he necessarily really meant to do that, but popped that bunt up right over the mound and just dropped it in perfectly right there. Darren, that looked like you on the golf course. Like I'm telling you, that was actually spectacular right there. Well done.
The hard part is that looks like me in the golf course with a putter. So that's the challenge. But I feel you. I love the compliments. I'll take them. And Bauer will take it. You never, like a good fish, when you're fishing, you never throw it back. You never throw back a hit, no matter how you got it. That breaking ball is low, especially against a guy like this. You're just not going to get a ton of chances.
Looks like a line drive in the scorebook.
Ryan Wallace, who is his foe on the mound, a fellow pitcher with a bat in his hands, looks at 1-0 that sinks low and inside. 2-0 the count to Wallace. Wallace at .378 on base percentage thus far this season. 46 plate appearances overall. And on 2-0, it's a breaking ball that skips far enough away to move both runners up.
I do really like with Dylan Wood his arm speed. He's got such a whippy arm. And, you know, sometimes you see guys where the arm drags behind. He's got such great arm speed. Watch the speed of his arm as he comes to the plate.
I spend all day watching him pitch. Didn't get the outside corner there, and so 3-2 is the count. Or I should say ball 4, not 3-2. He hoped it was 3-2. As he issues that walk.
This is death by 1,000 cuts, right? The infield hit where the Timmons dove for it, then the bunt that popped up over his head, and then, 4 pitches all close to the strike zone that just missed for a walk. And now, it feels bad that he's got the bases loaded, so he's going to have to try to execute a pitch here to the number 9 hitter in the lineup, Russell Christian.
Fastball hanging around the low 90s. They shared some velo with us. Steve, around the low 90s, 91 on the average, and breaking ball down to about 72. That's a fastball, Christian. It's a high fly ball to left center field. Toward the alley it goes, and all the way to the track. That's your 9-hole hitter coming up big for the Cavaliers. Calvary Days on the board.
Well, sitting fastball with the bases loaded, and he got started early. Look, he got his hands back in a hitting position, got to that launch position, and I like it. Got the front foot down on the ground and was ready for the fastball. He got it, and he drove it, and comes up big, clearing the bases, tying the game.
Well, how fun is that to have a 9-hole hitter step up like that? A senior who was hitting .360 coming in, so though he's batting 9th, 9 for 25 coming in, double. He's got 2 of them now this year and a triple. So it's been a really big year, and that's a big, big hit. We're playing now. It's 3-3. 1-2 the count, a hammer breaking ball. Dalton Kelly saw the baseball well, hit it hard in his first at bat, but right to left fielder Tyler Cody. Turns it into an out. Certainly some tough breaks in that inning. Steve talked about it. Baseball with eyes, a bunt that checks up, a walk that was costly, but there's your damage. The 9-hole hitter, Russell Christian, emptied all those mistakes and sent him on home to the first base dugout.
I'm in the big leagues, told her don't miss me. Ballin' like Houston, ayy, feeling like Whitney. I gotta go, dog. I'm riding a road, y'all. I think that I'm back in my bag now. So I need that go, y'all. Got hits when they throwin' the fastball. Too much that I've been through, so I put it all in that rear view. Clean money in the black whip, got old problems with a friends new.
Glad to have you back with us, and we want to have you with us more often. If you're watching online, amazing. If you're watching on Perfect Game Social, nobody does it better. But we want you to have our network because you put that on your smart device. It's 24/7. It's more than 100 live amateur baseball games this year, documentaries, lists and releases of different roster spots, rankings, and also a weekly college baseball show, a weekly softball show. It's Perfect Game TV, and a bunch of new podcasts as well. I couldn't spend all the time introducing it. We're back to work. Time for the Twins to hit. Noah Flores, twin number 1, pounds that one off the turf. And Ryan Wallace made an athletic play as a pitcher, 1 out. Right behind him, his twin brother, Andrew Flores, hits next. The Flores brothers, Andrew and Noah.
Yeah, you're right. Nice play by Ryan Wallace, backing off the mound, showing a good footwork, be able to field that ball and get himself in throwing position to get the out at first base.
Good little pitch as that one dives low. 1-0 the count. Ben and Catherine, their parents of the twin brothers. Bobby Witt, Javi Baez, a couple of their favorite players when you're talking about Andrew Flores. Flores had a fun answer, though. He said, I love watching Bobby Witt, and then 2016 to 2019, Javi Baez. I kind of find that funny.
Qualifying, which one?
You can like him still. You know what? It's okay, Andrew. You can like him and pull for him to get hot again, you know? I know the Tigers are.
Yeah, they are.
Breaking ball ready for it because it was up, but he fouls it off.
Andrew's got a little Nick Madrigal look to him.
Ooh, good call. I mean, even including kind of in the face and the stature.
Yeah, no, I know he does, right?
Yeah.
Nick, hope he heals up quickly. He had a fracture in that shoulder diving for a ball in Mets camp.
And that olive skin, the dark hair, the diminutive stature, and just a ball player. Loved watching Nick play in college. Got him out front on a breaking ball. Dalton Kelly is called off by his double play partner, Russell Christian. The hero thus far. Christian makes the play for out number 2. Jason Harris in the first inning got things started with this leg around the diamond triple, Steve.
That's what you want a leadoff hitter to do. Set the tone out of the gate. Ripped it to center field. Good short stroke to center. And the Gremlins got him going around second base right there. Still got in easily to third base and then scored.
Jason Harris looks at a pitch up and away. 1-0 the count. Cal awaits his arrival in a couple of years, 2026. He literally just turned 17 years old. He's patient right now, 2-0 the count. Matter of fact, I lose track of days. I'm not good like that. It's the 18th. On March the 10th, he turns 17, so a belated happy birthday to this young, talented Jason Harris as he makes his way to first.
Gotta love that approach. Aggressive in his first at-bat, driving the triple to center, and that may still be on Ryan Wallace's mind, so he tried to nibble off the plate. So he just took easily the walk, and now he's on base.
Dylan Minity. LSU commit. The number 1 first baseman in the United States is ranked by a perfect game in the class of 2026. Now that is a compliment.
Sure is.
It's a compliment, too, to be committed to LSU. Dylan, another one of those that plays for MLB's Breakthrough Series team. Got him with a pitch in on the hands. It's a high fly ball, still drifting back and left. Renshaw can't do what he wants to do, and because of that, a run will score. Steve talked about the sun. I've talked about the wind. I'm sure Renshaw will tell you, I still make that play all the time.
What I do like is Jason Harris did not assume anything on first base. He's running hard, and that ball's dropped, and he comes all the way around from first base to score, and that thing's just got to be bouncing out of everybody's glove. Jumped out of Renshaw's glove and Russell Christian's glove, and had no play at the plate. The run comes in to score.
So rewarded for contact. And so is that man rewarded for contact. Royal McKinney into left field. The throw to the plate. Head first slide. He drove in another. And the Wildcats on top. Franklin leads it by a score of 5-3 over Calvary Day of Georgia.
Now, good piece of hitting right here. Got a ball down in the zone that he could handle and pulls it through that 5.5 hole right there beyond the diving reach at third base and unable to make the play, Brody Dalton, and coming in hard from second base. Coming in to score is Dylan Wallace, and he comes in to add on another run.
Young Brandon Williams as he drives that one to right center field, toward the warning track, toward the wall it goes, up against the wall. What a piece of hitting. Look at the freshman catcher go rounding second into third. It's a triple for Williams.
Wow. Opposite field power right there. My goodness. He's staying back, driving it to right center field. This is a freshman right there. And then a catcher who is running. Look at the gait, the stride, the energy, the excitement, and the leadership barking into the dugout as a freshman. Are you kidding me?
Conversation and a visit. Certainly, that's some shocking stuff. Philip Lee is the head coach of this Calvary Day High School team. Remember that name. Remember the name, Brandon. Now, there's a lot of good players on that team,
Wow.
Steve, right, on the Franklin team, but that's a freshman. No one's going out on a limb if they say remember his name. Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
All right, Tyler Cody, your turn now. So here's what's interesting, just to go back. Jason Harris kind of worked and hung around, and you said they were careful because of his triple. He coaxed a walk, and that's what started all this.
Yep.
A 2-out walk started all this. And you look, you can hang it a little bit out on the fact that Sam Renshaw probably should have made the play in left field, no doubt. But again, he'll make a really good play for Ryan Wallace at some point in this game, and it tends to even out. 1-2.
But you've got wind, you've got sun, and you make contact as a hitter. You force the defense to have to make a play, and sometimes mistakes happen.
Over the outside corner, breaking ball. I thought they were getting ready to ring him up, but they didn't. 2-2.
Looks like it was just off the plate.
I agree. I think it was outside.
Another good take right there. TC battling as his teammates barking. Come on, TC.
That is on the inside corner. That is strike 3. Harris with a walk. Minute T reaches on a miscue. McKinney comes up with a single. Then a freshman catcher who looks like he's as tall as the sky, with power as big as the sky, crushed one into that sky. And in the end, a catcher with a triple. Dylan Wood goes back to work with a 6-3 lead. Steve Phillips, Darren Sutton, and of course Wood, a perfect game All-American and a special player that we've certainly enjoyed watching through the years, an Arizona commit. Steve, this is all you.
Now you see that, the release point, a little different in the release position. Hitters might be able to pick that up at some point, a little lower on the slider than on the curveball, a little more on top on the curveball than that slider. That, he'll have to work on that a little bit, but he's got good break on both of them, good rotation on both of them. But ideally, you want the release point to be the same so that the hitter is a little bit more deceived. But I tell you, that's the pitch I love. He has the ability to throw that fastball on the outside corner with some serious conviction.
Breaking ball is lifted foul. Why does it feel like, and maybe it's because the breaking ball has such depth and it's so large, and follow me here, Steve, it almost feels like it's a quick pitch. It's not, but it feels like it.
Yeah, it does. It does. It really does. And it just sort of rolls in there, too.
1
But
and 2
that
the count.
fastball that he can throw down and away, and that's where his arm speed really shows. You know, to get that outside corner, you've really got to extend and get there. And he has the arm speed to really reach to that outside corner and extend to throw it there. And, man, he can locate it.
The 2-2. Didn't mean to. Chops that one right out in front of home plate. Once he finds it, he fields it, and he turns it into an out. He, of course, the freshman catcher, Brandon Williams, took a high bounce, and then he found it.
Kept his patience back there, too. I like it, right? Didn't get panicky. Sometimes when catchers don't know exactly where the ball is, they can get a little panicky there. The freshman stayed under control, waited for it to come in division, and made the play.
Took that one right out of the catcher's mitt, rolled it out toward third. Quinn Johnson, the batter. Just like that, 2 quick outs in the inning on a 5-3 after a 2-3.
But good footwork by Dylan Minity at first base. Watch this. So the ball hit the third, and watch the throw. Kind of takes him into the baseline. Watch how he shifts his feet over there and goes across the bag into foul territory. That's really good footwork.
You're scouting that game, and you did that for a long time. You built teams in the major leagues. You did it all, but you make a note of that if you see that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the ability to make an adjustment at first base. You know, we just take for granted, anybody can play first base, but a good first baseman picks up his infielders and saves so many errors during the course of a season to help a pitching staff.
On 2-0, he threw it right down the middle. That's where he believes in his fastball. To Steve's point, he knows it's an effective one. Uncomfortable contact. Your team gets you a bunch of runs after you had a tough break. How do you respond when they get you a bunch of runs? You get your team right back in the dugout. That's what perfect game All-American Dylan Wood just did. 6-3, his squad is on top. Franklin High School opened its doors in 2002. They are visiting this great school, Bishop Gorman, the classic event that has pulled all these talented teams together. That's football history being made there. And a couple of great athletes that are watching their team play from back in the day. These are Franklin alum, the leaders of this show, Taylor and Tanner, and oh, so important, and really the heartbeat of perfect game content, really the inventors of PG content. Who'd have thought that they get to watch their squads play baseball? I don't know if either one of them were team captains. I'm not sure about that part. Not sure.
There are captains, and I tell you one thing, they're not camera shy, are they? I mean, they threw that right up on the screen there.
Yeah, that was snuck in. Director Steve Bantu, who's kind of the Don, if you will, the boss of those Mad Men. He has the ability to sneak things onto the air, which is a reminder for you and I to be respectful to him.
Yes, that's a good point. Wonderful point.
You and I both know what it's like to look for new jobs. So I won't say that about you. I do, for sure.
Listen, I don't want any pictures from my high school days showing up on here. I can tell you that.
1-1 the count. Good fun. Good fun. Two of the heartbeats, by the way, if I can get a little sappy of everything we do here, those two men. I don't think they had any influence on picking this game. I don't know, though. 2-1. I do know Franklin's a fun program, and I know they've got some fun names that we've seen. One of those is interesting, and I'm going to guess this works out. I'd love your thoughts on this, Steve, as the breaking ball is popped foul. So you got the commitment from Dylan Wood, right? He could probably go anywhere he wants in the country. he chooses Arizona, which Chip Hale, who managed and coached in the big leagues for a long time, runs that program. Guess who else went to Arizona and is now making his way to the big leagues in the Cardinals organization? Chase Davis, former first-round draft pick, who, by the way, also went to Franklin High School. Something tells me Chase helped Chip recruit Dylan Wood.
Absolutely, of course. I think you've got to use all the connections available to you during that process.
Goodness gracious, life on that one. That had the looks of a Yamamoto split-fingered fastball. Wow.
Yeah, you see some good action every once in a while from Ron Wallace, and this ball has some real movement on it. It sure did. Whether that's a split or a changeup, but that thing came rolling back inside right there. Nice pitch.
No, to your point, you're right. Whether it was done on purpose or by accident, it was a wonderful pitch for sure. Chance Moore's ready. And a base hit into left center field. Took a pitch down and away. Didn't do much more than just serve it exactly where it was sent.
That said, I do like the approaches for both of these teams of trying to stay inside the baseball and drive it the other way. Over the shortstop's head, over the second baseman's head. We've seen both teams with that approach. And they're not trying to pull the baseball. And that allows you to hit the fastball and keep your hands back and hit the breaking ball as well.
Franklin High School, pretty big as far as students go, about 2,600. Adam Wood, the principal of the school, the Wildcats, their mascot. And again, started educating students 23 years ago. As Noah Flores hits. He of the famed Flores twins.
A lot of time.
But Waylon Heideck, the catcher, made a really nice block of the ball in the dirt and then, used his momentum to try to throw to first base.
Check swing, and that's rolled foul. I'm glad you mentioned Waylon. Let's talk about him, the catcher, for 1 second, because he is actually being DH'd for. So a lot of times a hitter in a game like this, Waylon would love to go to Presbyterian, Georgia, or Miami as he works behind the plate. Courtney and Brian, his parents. And this is a straight-A student, my friend. This is a guy who has made nothing but A's throughout his time in high school. And he gives way to his designated hitter in this one, Carter Hampton. But you're right, he's called a nice game behind the plate.
Presents a really nice target, too.
Didn't clean it up and put it in the glove. And so an out is not taken advantage of. So a runner moves up and Chance Moore.
Well, Chance Moore starts to go, and then he stops thinking, you know what, I'm picked. I think the throw's going to come. I better get in a rundown. I might be in trouble. And he turns just as he sees Quinn Johnson drop the ball at first base, and then he continues on to get the stolen base.
One and one the count, one out. I was thinking about places like Cal Poly or Sac State, Fresno State. Hey, Steve Phillips, something fun? You got twin brothers, right?
Sure.
One bat's left-handed, one bat's right-handed. I like
Interesting. Right, interesting.
Hey, man, let's go right here. Let's go, baby.
Down and away. That is a changeup, isn't it? It's a good one, and that's a big strikeout, 2 outs.
Kept him off balance, got him to chase a little bit right there. Got him out on that front foot, fooled him, got him to wave at it.
Come on, Andrew, let's go 6.
Twin brother, Andrew Flores, from the right side of the plate. They ask about the Flores brothers. How do you tell them apart? The answer, I just wait till they hit.
Yeah. About the Rogers brothers, relief pitchers in the major leagues, one with the Reds and Giants.
Answer.
One throws right-handed, one throws left-handed. I think it seems odder than even batting right and left-handed.
I would agree, as the breaking ball is waved upon and missed 0-2.
Battle right here, battle.
Steve Phillips, Darren Sutton, thanks for being with us.
Hey, battle right here. Good battle.
Breaking ball. Just spoiled it to live to see another pitch.
Yeah, I bet he wishes he'd get that one back. It was a little bit of a hanging slider right there that was up in the zone, but pretty hittable pitch. And he just
center
missed
cut.
it.
I agree. Center cut past the A1 steak sauce. Flores popped out back to the second baseman back in the second inning. Ryan Kilby, the head coach of this Franklin High School team in California. That one, like it might have hit the outside corner. Don't know that it matters because, in fact, the runner on his way to third is gunned down, making the third out at third base. I think I've learned back in the day that coaches don't love that.
No, I don't love that. Never make the first out or the last out at third base, and he just ran into the last out at third base.
Just outside of Las Vegas, Nevada, on campus at Bishop Gorman, and our Perfect Game spotlight shining on this wonderful tournament. We've loved being a part of it. Bishop Gorman hosting 5 different states represented. A Canadian team is represented as well. Steve Phillips, Aaron Sutton, our home plate umpire waiting for just a moment to get things rolling. Mike Otto. And Dylan Wood saying, when you're ready, I'm ready. Because Dylan Wood got a couple of runs and some support. And then, Steve, that was the epitome of a lockdown inning in the third.
Boy, it sure was. How about 1, 2, 3 with 3 groundouts?
Now he's not loving home plate umpire Mike Otto. So he goes back to work with a breaking ball.
He is not shy about throwing that breaking ball for his first pitch of the at-bat. A lot of confidence in that pitch.
The son of Sean Wood and Charlene Wood. His parents, the pitcher Dylan Wood. His 3 sisters are Ashley, Courtney, and Sydney. And then the brother, is Dylan. So 4 children, and he's got 3 loving sisters. There's that breaking ball you talked about. How about back-to-back first 2 pitches?
Yeah, does he dare throw it for a third time? Now you got him 0-2, right? You don't have to throw it for a strike. Good.
Overthrew a fastball, right?
Yeah, but it's okay. I mean, I don't mind it being out of the strike zone. I mean, it wasn't really a decision-making pitch for Renshaw, but at least it wasn't in the zone. I tell you, when I first signed at pro ball, we played the Tigers minor leagues. They fined pitchers $50 if they threw an 0-2 pitch that was in the strike zone, and they fined them $100 if somebody got a hit off of them in rookie ball. Now, you're not making any money in rookie ball.
Over the top of that one. It's interesting because I think what happened, he's got that get-me-over breaking ball. He throws the get-me-over, and then he throws more of what is the late-breaking swing-and-miss pitch. This was the latter.
Right. Yeah, this one has a little more bite to it, and I like it. That's the one that starts in the strike zone, makes you think, I better swing, gets a strike, and then boom, you realize I'm fooled, I'm out in front, and it's now not even going to be in the zone.
Sam Renshaw goes down on strikes. Brody Dawson right behind him. In a moment, I'll share Dylan Wood, his self-scouting report. That one's fouled off. Steven, I think it's fun because we've seen him for a bit now. He says, and these are his words, I can throw any pitch, any situation, whether I'm down in the counter trying to get ahead. My fastball sinks a lot. I throw a slider, curveball, which has two different shapes in one pitch. I'm also deceptive, which can help pitchers.
Yeah, it's a great scouting report. All the things that I've seen from him, too.
The breaking ball is a ground ball. And I'm telling you this, we're not looking at ground ball rates right now as Kyle Timmons turns it into an out. But when he's right, I understand the swing and miss, but you better be ready on the infield. Between the sinker and the breaking ball, it's a ground ball machine.
Yeah, he really is. And they have a really hard time lifting the baseball against him.
Noah Bauer is his next foe, and Dylan Wood, the Arizona commit, drops it in there for strike one. I don't know why that just made me giggle. It's just such a tough pitch to deal with.
It's really unhittable at this level.
2 in a row. Wow.
You almost have to look for it. I mean, he's really somewhat predictable. He's throwing it on the first pitch, and if he throws it for a strike, he actually comes back with it again.
Fastball. And again, the lower arm angle, the late movement, and it's 90 plus consistently, so you're dealing with all that. Just a simple windup, leg lift, and he comes home with it, overthrew the breaking ball. He says, let me try a new rock. And so he'll do so.
I would have leaned into that one and taken one for the team because I realize I'm not hitting that breaking ball, so I might as well let it hit me.
Got him. The swing and miss slider. 7 in a row sat down by the right-hander, committed to go to the University of Arizona. Chip Hale just making it clear on campus at Tucson. I know you pro scouts are watching. I'd like to get him here. I'd like to get him pitching in the Big 12. It's been fun getting to know that man, Dylan Wood, Sacktown rep. Ryan Kilby has had such a wonderful career as a head coach. And Sacktown, obviously we're talking about Elk Grove just outside. And the leader, and we've mentioned some of the guys that have come through that we've come to really adore. Chase Davis, one of them. Go back a couple of years, you've got Jordan Johnson, who was drafted back in 2011, went to Franklin High School before going to Cal State Northridge. And pitcher Jordan Johnson, who has seen time on multiple occasions professionally. So there's some fun names, and that's his squad. Breaking ball popped up a mile high. Harris turns around only to see Heidick and Wallace unable to get together. Steve talked about the sun, though. Let's be honest. That didn't make it very fun.
It didn't. And you know, one of the things to remember, you know, the way physics works, those foul pop-ups, that ball's rotating and coming back toward the pitcher's mound, right? Coming back toward the field, the way it rotates. It's not moving toward the stands. It's spinning and coming back toward the playing field. And you've got to understand that you've got to move with that ball as it spins and rotates coming back toward the field.
So we were kind of hard on Chance Moore. I'm going to come to a come right moment here. It was such a deliberate call of strike 3 by Mike Otto. I think we thought Chance Moore was out at third. I think we all did. But I think it was a called strike 3 of Andrew Flores because Mr. Harris is leading off the inning. Just a real deliberate call of strike 3. That's all.
Oh.
Oh, hey.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
Oh.
What do you think here, Steve? I think I'm on to something.
It must be, right? I mean, I'm
so,
assuming so. Yeah.
So I'm going to go on the
you're right
record.
about that.
Chance, I'm very sorry.
Yeah.
I'm very sorry.
Yeah.
It was a deliberate call, but I will take full blame.
Yeah. Well, I would say this. It's still not a great move to steal third with 2 outs in that moment. But I'm sorry, too. If you weren't the third out of the inning, then you can't be blamed for that either.
But, Coach Steve, I was only thought to be the third out. I slowed down after I saw that call of strike 3, Coach Steve. As down off the end of the bat, finds green grass. It's going to roll for a bit. You got to think about 2. And he does, standing up with a double. It's Jason Harris. Have a day. He's got a triple. He's got a double. He's got a walk and a couple of runs scored.
Yeah, he's got a good way of hitting. You know what he does? He can start his swing and adjust the swing while he's swinging the bat. You know, Tony Gwynn was a guy that could start his swing and during the swing make an adjustment to it. Not a lot of hitters can do that. And I'm not trying to compare him to Tony Gwynn, but on that swing, right, at this level, against this pitching, he had that ability to start the swing and make an adjustment to get the good part of the bat to the ball.
Dylan Minity reached on a miscue. Pounds that sinking fastball foul. Dylan did come around to score when he reached on an error. Also grounded out to third. The LSU commit is tied up on the knuckles that time. But guess what Dylan just did? He just moved a runner to third. Gave himself up.
He did. You know, for Dylan, I'd like to see him. You know, he starts kind of closed a little bit, and then he steps toward home plate, and he finishes so closed, it feels like he locks himself up a little bit. I'd really like to see him get more balanced and direct toward the pitcher because I feel like he locks up that front hip a little, and I think he'd be able to maybe drive the ball a little bit more if he wasn't so locked up on the front side.
One and 0 the count to Royal McKinney. Royal plays for Adam Farb, really good travel ball coach for that Alpha Prime program. They do a lot of good work with the players in that part of California. Aaron is his dad, his mom is Stephanie, his stepdad is Dan, all working together. For this young man, Royal McKinney, as he hits that one hard, one hop, nice play. A perfect spot. You talked about it, Steve, earlier. Look that runner in the eye, then shoot it across.
Yeah, they played the infield in a little bit right there, and I understand why. I mean, you know, you think about it right now, Calvary down 6-3. They can't really afford adding on any more runs right now. And so the infield in right here, they get the ground ball. Good feet coming over, looking at the runner, making the move back toward third base, then making the strong throw across the infield by Russell Christian. And, you know, I did want to credit Dylan Minity for getting that runner over. Right, you made a good point, Darren. You know, after the double by Harris, his job was to get the runner to the third, and he did that. They just couldn't come through with the RBI with less than 2 outs.
Steve Phillips has seen millions of games and millions of players, and I'm not going to get to go into it too much because he's hit by a pitch. But when Brandon Williams did what he did back in the second inning, that's triple a pitch away, basically driving it off the right center field wall, this freshman catcher got this breakdown from Steve Phillips. So one word, wow. And I know you've seen a lot of players in a lot of games, and when you drop a wow without trying to go any deeper than that, I know this kid's special.
Yeah, I mean, just the body type alone. We're talking about a freshman that just turned 15 years old, and you can just project him physically, but you watch him behind the plate, and then you watch him swing the bat. That swing he took, very little head movement, great balance at the plate, the ability to stay inside the baseball, drive it with power to right center field. Then his gait as a catcher running the bases with athleticism, you don't see that out of 15-year-olds.
Nolan Manaoy runs out at first again. He's running. The head first slide, a stolen base. Nolan's been out there running for just about everyone. He can move.
He got a really nice jump right there. Direct line to second base, sliding to the outside part of the base, right away from where the tag would come in. Really nice job.
1-1 the count. The last one fouled off. Tyler Cody scored back in the first inning, reached on an error by the second baseman, struck out looking. Jason Harris is at third. Saw him a moment ago, and that one's lifted foul. Tyler Bachelor, who played his way to the Mets and the Pirates in the big leagues, went to South Georgia College, played his high school baseball for this Calvary Day program. Always fun to have alum that you can see go all the way to the highest level. Swing and a miss. Well-placed fastball down and away. Harris doubled. And then the key, Ryan Wallace didn't buckle. Because even though Harris, with a beautiful swing of the bat, ended up at second base, as far as he would move would be 90 more feet. Let's see if that creates a little bit of momentum for Calvary Day out of Georgia. Philip Lee, this fine program with Calvary Day School. Part of the staff, not only part of the staff, but the director of athletics. He's from Savannah. He's an alum of the school. I think that makes it so much fun. And if it's not that, then it's great too. But when you have a coach who runs your athletics, who also walked in one of your caps and gowns, that's a really fun leader to have, and that's Philip Lee.
It really is. Boy, Savannah's such a beautiful city, too. What a great town.
It'll be in the replay.
Lee, in the last 15 years, served in roles as a middle school teacher, middle school principal, director of admissions, and director of athletics. He's done just about everything, as we said, including attend this fine school with a great reputation. Uncomfortable protective swing, and the count is 2-2. He almost looked like he came higher arm angle with that fastball.
Got really on top of it and had tremendous sink on it.
2-2. Big sweeping breaking ball.
Felt a little bit like he overthrew that one, like he tried to throw the best one of the day.
Pitch number 56 is swung on and missed, and that's strike three. 6 strikeouts for Dylan Wood.
I just said, you know what? I'm not going to mess around here. Let me just blow my fastball by him right here. Good tailing action on it.
I think he got on himself about that breaking ball before. I wouldn't have been surprised if that pitch was middle. 1-0 the count. That one breaks outside. Russell Christian. Public enemy number one for Dylan Wood, if you're going to look at it that way. He emptied the bases. They were loaded with a double a couple of innings ago, and he's ahead 2-0.
I really liked in that first at bat when he got that double that he got it started early, got the front foot down, got his hands back in that launch hitting position, and was ready to jump on a fastball.
2-1 the count to the son of Monica and Russell. His older sis is Maya. His younger sis, Malaya, she's 13. Breaking ball, 2-2. Oof, that's a pitch.
That's what you get when you hit a fastball the last time. Fine. You know what? You hit my fastball, try to hit this.
2-2. Swing and a miss. That's the swing and miss, or hammer breaking ball, if you will. He does. He's got kind of the loop-de-loop, if you want to call it. What does Dontrell Willis calls it? The whooper-duper. He's got that one, but then he's got a real firm slicing breaking ball.
Yeah. He gave an outstanding scouting report of himself. He really did. And here it is. This is the put-away pitch right here. And it starts in the zone, makes you think it's got to be a strike. I got to start my swing, and then he breaks it right out of the strike zone.
Not an easy play, and it turns into just that, as that one's fired high, tried to rush it. Ended up throwing it after he made a miscue. Dalton Kelly was moving up the line, and so Kelly will reach on an error by the third baseman, Flores. He'll take second. Couple of errors on that play.
Topped it into the ground. High chopper, do or die play. You know, and at that point, when you bobble it and then you turn and try to throw blindly, you might as well just eat it, take a bite out of it, hold on to it, and at that point, you just keep the runner at first base.
Yeah, runners at second base instead. Take a look. He got that one right off the end of the bat, and so he cut that baseball.
Checking the ball, I think probably hit the chain link fence, got a big gouge in it, and Dylan Wood's like, I'm okay with throwing that one.
Heck
You're okay
yeah.
with let me throw that one.
Heck yeah. Time is called. I was raised by a man who worked with a baseball cap on, who had curly hair too, had a afro, who would have never wanted that ball thrown back. Breaking ball, it's a strike. Don Sutton, I should throw that out there. That's my old man, my pops. He was never shy to, please don't take that scuffed baseball away.
Right.
Hi, boy! Good pitch.
Boy, it is two different breaking balls. It's not even close.
Right here, best pitch.
Yeesh.
Best pitch right now.
Both of them are really good. Really good.
It's Max Arnold dealing with it. Given name Maddox Arnold, and the center fielder takes a breaking ball, hits it on the ground. It's another chance for redemption out there at third, dugout, and in time. Dylan Minity, he has been playing a very solid first base. And Dylan Wood continues to roll on. 7 strikeouts in what is turning into a dominating performance.
Wow. Oh, this feels brand new. That's crazy. I feel no pain. That's like a great. Zero pain. Zero pain.
That's crazy, dude.
Like, I can't feel my traps anymore because they've been going and they're super loose now. But my legs, it almost feels like somebody's just like, pump, pump, pump. It feels like you're getting a massage, free massage.
2 Mike Rose, no better way to go.
6-3 is the score. Even Darren, glad to have you back with us. Just outside of Las Vegas, Nevada, this wonderful event put on by the baseball program at Bishop Gorman. Pulling teams in from all around the United States, not just out west. You got this Georgia team working out here defensively in those good-looking black jerseys, Calvary Day. I think you got a team out of Northern California in the good-looking white jerseys in Franklin. And you got the man on the mound, Ryan Wallace, really good all-around athlete, still working. Kyle Timmons, the hitter. Doubled in a couple of runs back in the first and struck out in the third. 2-0 the count.
You have to give credit to both starting pitchers. I mean, they faced some adversity early in the game, and then they really buckled down after that.
That's still early in the season, right? I mean, Franklin has not lost a game yet. Calvary Day's played an ambitious schedule as well. 3-1 the count. You make trips like this. I think to challenge your team, you want to make yourself better when you're playing those week in, week out conference games. And build yourself to see if you can win a regional or even a state title. Or in the California case, a CIF title.
Yeah, you use these games to sharpen your teeth, right, against better competition. And all it is to get you better for when these games mean the most when you play playoff baseball.
Got him out front, and it's looped to the right side, and the wind takes it away from him. We told you that when you look at the tree in the background, it's a perfect shot. The wind is just busy, and so we've seen infielders deal with it. We've seen outfielders deal with it, and that one literally, as he started to get there, landed about 5 feet from him swiftly.
It's tough. You know, he's wondering where the wall is right there and how to track it. Now, that is his home dugout, right, his team's dugout, so they could talk him through it, tell him you're okay, you're okay, you're okay. 3 steps. You got 3 more steps for the fence.
But instead, Kyle Timmons will take a walk.
Feels like a little fatigue might be setting in here for Ryan Wallace.
Yeah, pitch count in the low 80s right now. They buy him a little time to catch his breath. Wallace has been so good so far this year. 5 appearances, a .4 ERA, 26 innings, just 2 earned runs, 27 strikeouts. That's what he had done coming in. And of course, a .378 on base percentage as a hitter. So this is just a good contributing member of this team and an important member of this team. All that being said, though, doesn't mean he's not running on fumes right now.
Here comes the coach. Well, he wants to do all he can to keep it right here.
Brian Kilby thanks his leader and his important piece of his team for his efforts. We'll reset. We'll introduce you to the new pitcher, and we're glad you're spending time with us at Bishop Gorman High School, just outside of Las Vegas, Nevada, on our Perfect Game Spotlight on Perfect Game TV.
One, two, three, work.
Yes.
My bat's better than any other bat I've used last year. This bat just had more pop than any other wood bat that I ever used. Wood bat league gonna go crazy this summer. These bats are absolutely juiced.
A fun week. Quarterfinals. The Bishop Gorman advancing. Orange Lutheran advancing. We'll see what we have for you tomorrow. Semifinal number 1, semifinal number 2. Olu awaiting, and we'll set the scene on the other. Championship game will be with you on Thursday. I want you to meet James H. Mobley IV. This is a talented sophomore who's a 4.0 in the classroom, and oh, by the way, in that Calvary uniform, meaning the football uniform, he wears number 14, and he is one heck of a quarterback.
Love it. I love it. Athletic, leadership. That tells me a lot, right? I love the dual sport athlete. I love when you give me a quarterback. I know that he's going to be in charge out on the mound. He'll throw his pitches with conviction. You got a southpaw out there, lefty on lefty right now.
Fire it over to first. As a matter of fact, Mobley's sophomore year, playing varsity, stepping in, becoming a star for the football team. Co-offensive player of the year for his football team, as that one missed outside. He had 140 completions, nearly 2,600 total yards, and 36 touchdowns offensively on a team that went 10-2, made it to the quarterfinals. All-state honorable mention, and he did that as a sophomore starting quarterback.
Wow.
I can leave, not you. Hey, all right, here we go.
That's a not fun arm angle left on left there.
It is not. I agree with you on that, being a former left-handed hitter. Well, at least I stood in the batter's box from the left side. I don't know if I was a hitter necessarily.
Breaking ball misses outside. High honor roll in the classroom as well for his first semester. Heading into the holidays, he'll try and duplicate that, talking about James Mobley again.
I gotta be perfect now.
3-1 the count.
Hey, right time. Let's go, babe. Let's go. Chance gotta be perfect. On up, baby.
Outside, it's ball 4. If I can get on my soapbox real quick, Steve, do you mind?
No, sure. Go ahead.
All you young athletes out there, all that stuff I just shared with you about James Mobley, I did scrolling down his social media while we talked, which means he took care of his business, put the positive things out there about himself academically, shared an article about what he had done athletic. And by the way, every other tweet he puts out is celebrating a teammate being honored. So there's a lot to learn about taking care of your business on social media. All that you just heard, I learned from James. 0-1. I'm off the soapbox now, by the way.
No, but it's such an important thing. And remember, everything you put out there lives out there. And people go back and look at it. I mean, years, decades later, they'll go back and look at it.
What you want?
You'll be looking and interviewing for jobs, and people are going to go back and look out there. So be positive. Look for things that you celebrate, other people, yourself, positive things that are similar about other people to you, not what's different about other people. Kindness and good things in people.
That's all there for James IV, I'm telling you. I love it. It's every other tweet he shares. It's a teammate's being honored here. He's honoring Elijah Alexander. He's honoring Brexton Bell, his teammates. He's honoring a young man by the name of Jaden Sutton. All his teammates on his football team. 0-2 the count. Little roller. Third base side, diving attempt. Is there an out to be had? Wow. Goodness gracious. Russell Christian, are you kidding me? Even the opposing team gives him a 5.
Yeah, that is some kind of play right there. I mean, that ball hit in the hole, and, Brody Dawson trying to make a play on it. Almost goes. It does. It goes off his glove. That's a 5.63 put out right there. That's a 5.63 going off of Dawson's glove. Back over to Christian to be able to make the play at first base. That is outstanding. Strong throw from being off balance and on your heels.
Wow.
Andrew Flores, by the way, a pinch hitter that time, taking a swing at it. That was Kyle Pott, the big, tall senior. Kyle running up the line. You saw him there a moment ago. Kyle, 6 feet, 6 inches tall. Kyle had a base hit taken away. That's a tough break. Yeah, don't hit it over there. You've got no chance, we just learned. I think you made a great point, Steve, with the scoring, obviously 5-6-3, but you're running as fast as you can. Then a ball is redirected while you're running towards it, and you have to pivot, make a different kind of play.
Hey, I'm not, baby. Let's go. You're due.
Owen Cannon, right behind Pott, gets the call to pinch hit. Owen Cannon, senior, infielder. Owen leans on that one, but it's foul.
Well, James Mobley really hides the ball behind his body. Right? He's got a short stroke throwing it. And again, think about it. Quarterback who usually tends to bring it to his ear and throws it. He does not have that long loop in his delivery. He sort of takes it out, hides it behind himself, and then the arm kind of comes at you quickly. Kind of flips it at you.
Hey, to finish the thought quickly about Pott, he's one of Dylan Wood's really good teammates on the mound. As a matter of fact, we saw him hit the big 6'6" rangy defensive player and range and run up the line. He's a pitcher. He's a Santa Barbara commit, Kyle Pott. So he was just getting his at-bats. How about that breaking ball? Right down Broadway. That's strike 3. Yeah, here's Kyle and Dylan on the same day. We had Kyle the hitter, but Kyle's a pitcher, a really, really good one, and he and Dylan Wood going off to play college baseball. That's fun.
I love it. Love that for teammates.
Hey, stay back, baby. Let's go. I'm not too far.
Breaking ball just off the plate.
Hey, right pitch. Let's go. Take it.
Harris, triple, double, walk, 2 runs scored.
I'm not, babe. Hey, your time.
Time is called. James Mobley's trying to kind of ease into quietly getting out of this mess.
You're good.
1-1.
One thing you know is a guy who's a quarterback for a solid football team. He's not going to be flustered by any moment, right?
You're right.
Said pass rushes all season long.
Breaking ball inside corner. Look, you're right, Steve. You may hit him, but you're not going to hit him because he's timid.
Right.
Let's move too far. Let's go.
Threw it right at him and then broke it into the strike zone.
Okay, time. Let's go.
That one well struck. He leans on that one toward the wall in right center field, up against that wall. That time Harris was ready. Hurrying on around. Into third he goes. The MVP of this game for sure. That's his second triple. He's got a double as well. A couple of more RBIs. He crushed this.
Well, he threw the curveball and he flinched and threw it in for a strike, and he thought, let me throw it again. That was his mistake. You showed it to him once, and good hitters make that adjustment. He wasn't going to flinch this time. He was going to turn on it and drive it. You got to throw that one down and away to get him to reach for it. Instead, you threw it in the zone, and he made it pay a price.
That part of the learning process. Again, a two-sport athlete who's just a sophomore and committed to the sport of football and baseball. You learn, you learn. 2-0 the count on Dylan Minity.
Go,
Dylan Minity, by the way, you noted it. I noticed one time. He's played a nice, real sparkly defensive first base.
He does.
Okay, let's go.
Takes over the outside corner.
Watch how he steps in toward home plate, though. This is what I mean. He steps in toward home plate, and then I just feel like he locks himself up a little bit. He can go the other way with it, but I don't think he can ever pull the ball with that approach, and I just like him to be a little bit more balanced.
Single and an RBI for Dylan Minity. He is adding on. We saw Dylan at PG events this year, 519 on base.
Able to just muscle it that way. Got jammed a little bit, but able to flare it into left field and pick up another RBI.
And Dylan playing for that breakthrough series, that excellent travel team. Played in 19 perfect game events, had an on base of 519. 16 hits, 8 walks. That means he got on base 24 times at those 19 perfect game games.
That's pretty good.
Hey, good. Hey, good.
1-1 the count.
I'm not Royal.
Royal McKinney is the center fielder.
Yes, yes.
Into the dirt. Runner will move up. Dylan, the LSU commit, on in there.
There for you, Royal.
A little speaker call sneaking into our crowd mic there. I'm going to go ahead and hang up, please, if that's okay. 2-1 the count. Reminder, in a modern world, when you attend even a high school baseball game, if you know it's broadcast, keep it clean. I mean, there's mics everywhere.
Yeah.
Be patient, Royal. Let's go, too.
Hot mic alert. 2-2 the count. Takes a pitch away. It's that breaking ball again. Into right field, that one goes. And come on down. A run will score. Funny, he didn't try to do too much with it at all. Instead, Royal just stayed back, and served it into right field.
Yeah, James Mobley just doesn't have anything to really get by a hitter just yet. And so, especially if it's up in the zone, the hitters can just punch it into right field. They can punch it into left field, and nothing's overpowering. He's going to fill out a little bit, though, and he'll get a little stronger. And when he does, he'll beat the hitters with some of these pitches. Just not quite there yet.
10-3 the score. Some jaw-dropping moments for this man, Brandon Williams. Pounds that one off the turf. What do we have, Brandon, unofficially? 6'3". I don't know why he looks like 6'8".
Yeah.
Yeah, they list him on the high school roster at 6'3" as well. Just a freshman and a catcher. As that one dives low.
But so calm in the batter's box, right? Such a gentle stride and approach. He's not jumpy at all. A freshman.
Oh, breaking ball, and that one's rolled foul.
KP. KP.
1-2 the count. Breaking ball outside. Two, got him. That's strike 3. Big inning for the Wildcats as they add on a big day for Jason Harris. He's got 3 extra base hits. He's got 3 runs scored. Special day for number 24. Glad to have you with us just outside of Las Vegas. More in just a moment. Stephen Darren, Phillips, and Sutton, glad to have you with us. Our game recap, Russell Christian, big. I mean, and he's played a really nice short, probably made the defensive play of the game. Ryan Wallace showed guts, good teammate, good stuff, good all-around athlete. Dylan Wood's been nothing short of special, and Jason Harris. Steve, those two at the bottom, Harris and Wood, have been worth the price of admission.
Boy, they really have. Dylan Wood, outstanding job on the mound. Had one bad inning, but man, did he rebound and throwing strikes, his breaking pitches, two of them really good. Two different types of breaking balls. And, man, he can throw it at any time in the count, and great movement on the fastball. And then, boy, have we seen some electric energy from Jason Harris at the top of the lineup. He hits it and bangs it off the wall, and, man, can he run.
And his first foe in this inning is Quinn Johnson. Top half of inning number 6, Quinn, Atlanta-based, Atlanta-born and raised. Would love to go to the University of Georgia someday. Plays for Carolina Prime. Shane Monahan coaches that travel team. Johnson, the son of Allison and Mark. One and two, the count. And look, this is a good all-around athlete, Quinn, despite hitting in the 3-hole. He last year for this same team was the 3A pitcher of the year in the state of Georgia. It's like no two breaking balls are the same.
No. Yeah, different depth, different width, different velocities.
Freshman just throws swung and missed on that pitch. Sorry about that, Steve. Go ahead.
That fastball just has such electric life when he throws it after the slow breaking ball.
A lot to dream on, certainly, as that one hugs the line and it trickles foul. Three, two, outside. They tried to sell it. First base dugout tried to sell it. It was literally in the right-handed batter's box.
Yeah, Mike Otto, the home plate umpire, did a good job. He made the right call on that one. Listen, Williams tried to stick it there and show it, but it was out of the strike zone.
He did. I give him credit, the young catcher. A salesman is a salesman.
Yeah. Doesn't make him a bad guy.
Carter Hampton, a couple of ground outs to the right side as two pitches way in and off the plate. See if he can slow things down just a little bit. Wood jump into the plate twice in a row here. 2-1. Sometimes the swings tell a big story. The reactions and the swings tell such a story. Right in on his knuckles. Diving attempt over there. They turn and they look to get a couple. Unbelievable diving play by Dylan Minity. Wow.
That's a great play. That's a great, outstanding play by Minity going over there and making it. We talk about how good he is defensively and ranging, right? You don't talk about that, all the range all that much, but a diving play, then the wherewithal to come over, and how about getting over, Wood coming over to cover first base on the play as well. Very heads up and athletic on his part too.
Yeah, there are moments when you watch just the comfort that Wood has on the mound, and a guy like Minity too, where you just feel like you're watching a park game over the line, a pickup game with your buddies, where baseball's second nature.
Go!
As that one's into the dirt.
Brandon.
And a nice job, Brandon, by blocking it up. But that's the way it should be if you have good instincts.
Right. You're just out there comfortable and playing it. Just be a baseball player, an athlete out there.
Didn't get him to bite on that sweeping breaking ball. 2-1 the count. (10-3) the score. 3-1. Kind of jerked that fastball.
Yeah, that was a fatigue pitch. Looked like he tried to muscle it out there.
That's ball 4. Pretty good pitch. So we're in the 80s with regard to pitches. We've seen him run quite a bit. We've seen him work quite a bit successfully. Brody Dawson now takes a chance to go to work. Singleton scored, running the bases back in the second inning. Hammer, 0-2.
Well, that was a good job of changing the eye level, right? Went with a high fastball to get him to swing on strike 1. Then he went with the breaking ball that started up the top and then broke it down in the zone. He can go down further, bouncing into the dirt, or back up with the high fastball.
He went outside with that nasty breaking ball, Steve.
Really wicked pitch right there. Big break. Starts in the zone and sweeps it out of the zone. Looks good. Takes a left turn. Should get a ticket for that one. He did not signal on a left turn at all on that pitch.
Noah Bauer singled and scored back in the second inning. Noah takes a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count on Noah Bauer. Waves over the top of that one. Defensive, protective. Coming up empty.
I think you have to throw him the breaking ball again. He just told you that he's not comfortable with that pitch.
Swing and a miss. That's strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts with a couple of runners on. What an outing for this right-hander. The Arizona commit, the pro prospect, and the perfect game All-American. Representing his high school, Franklin High School, with a ton of pride.
First, it was just a team. Now I can't imagine my life without them.
That coach changed our son, on the field and off.
We welcome you back to the bottom half of inning number 6. Counting down outs, Dylan Wood is certainly doing that. If, in fact, he gives way to the pen, he may not be throwing the final couple of innings, but he looks out there. They got the lucky, I'm not sure who that is, with the Charlotte's Web pig there, but it's a good luck charm. I think that may be honoring Tanner and Taylor, by the way, right there.
Oh, I think it is. I think it is. Yeah, I think you're
that is
absolutely
your
right
honor
about
there.
that, Darren. Yeah. Our guys.
You make the team. This, by the way, is Tyler Hickman. He's our guy as well because he's just a sophomore getting a big opportunity, pitching in a game like this against a team like this. And if you're Tyler, you get out there and you go to work. Makes his home in Richmond Hill, Georgia. Plays for the 5-star, Adam Kitchen's 5-star travel team. Kimberly and Greg, his parents. And his dude, he loves watching Spencer Strider. I love watching him the other day. So let's watch him go to work. 0-1.
Well, you're not kidding. Spencer Strider, 2 2/3 innings, got 8 outs, 6 strikeouts, including 5 in a row at one point.
Lifted foul off to the left side.
Certainly look healthy to me. I mean, is he ready for opening day? Slot him in. Let's go. I mean, Spencer Strider looked fantastic.
Phillips, I'm tempted to just add him to my fantasy team. I got to move left. Breaking ball is outside. I literally thought that. Even if it cost me 2 weeks of starts, right? He's going to be back by mid-April.
I agree. I mean, they're talking mid to late April, but I mean, when he comes back, he is going to be electric.
Breaking ball. Nice little pitch. He stumbled a bit on that pitch, but it's got depth to it, 2-2.
It certainly does, and he's got a feel for it. He came out of his hand nicely, and looks like he knows what he's doing with it out there.
2-2 rushed off that time. 3-2 the count. Tyler Hickman on the mound. Tyler Cody, his foe, and Tyler goes down to a knee and fouls that one off. I'm kind of digging the good luck pig, but the 3-2 is popped up, left side. We got 2 men there. One of them can't make the catch, though. A couple of men come together. Heidick, the catcher. Dawson, the third baseman, couldn't hold on.
Well, Dawson has the priority over Heidick, the catcher. As remember, we talked about those pop-ups and the way the ball's spinning and rotating. It's coming back toward Heidick and away, or back toward Dawson and away from Heidick. But Dawson just not able to make the play and hold on.
It's high, ball 4. So Cody makes a young sophomore work and earns his way on with a walk. His team up 7. And looking to live to play in the semifinals. All these games, all these teams, even the teams that come up short with losses will be earning a chance to play more games. You make this trip, you're guaranteed an amount of games. But if you make this trip and you come this far, a team like Franklin, you want to try and win it. No matter what the trophy is, even if you got to buy an extra seat for it, just put it back in steerage and let it fly home with you, that trophy.
That's right.
A little bit open, working out of the stretch. He's fallen off just a little. His arm's not catching up. 2-0.
Well, he's so open in that set position that, the question is, can he get that front shoulder closed enough to allow the arm to have enough time to get out in front?
3-0 the count. We do know this about Hickman. A really good student. He's got an honor roll or high honors each semester in high school, and he's in semester number 4. Scored well on his test. He's averaging in all classes combined, first 2 years of high school, over a 90 in everything combined. Just a little bit low. It's ball 4. Good life on that pitch, but it missed.
Yeah, they had some pretty good movement on it for sure.
Edgar Garcia gets the call off the bench. It sounds like much to the joy of his teammates as Edgar takes over the inside corner. Strike 1. Edgar makes his home in Harold, California. Really good speed, fast athlete. As Edgar puts that one on the ground, out towards short. Look to turn 2, good speed up the line. They take advantage of a ground ball hit right out to the sure-handed Russell Christian, and Russell took it from there.
Yeah, Russell's done a nice job defensively. Remember, left-handed hitter, ball slicing away. Does a good job waiting for it. Moves through the ball on his feed to second base. Keeps his momentum there so that he does not over-elevate the feed to second. And a nice turn at second base by Dalton Kelly, and they get the double play.
There's Kyle Pott again, the UC Santa Barbara commit on the mound, getting a couple of swings at it, which is fun. tell you, if you're Coach Kilby, and your rotation has Wood and this man, you're in pretty good shape.
Not bad at all.
Pot, the son of Michael and Elizabeth. Swings and misses on 0-2, but it slips away. And far enough away for the run to score and for Pot to make his way to first safely. Tough break there for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, it sure is. And I mean, you give Hickman some credit. He's come back and made some pitches here and looked like he was going to get himself out of the jam. But unfortunately, this breaking ball gets away at home plate and just squeaks through the wickets right there. And unfortunately gets away, and they don't get anybody out, and a run comes in to score.
Oh, no, babe.
Owen Cannon now.
Hey, Steven, let's go.
Good life on that fastball over the inside corner. 0-1 the count. That was a good curveball, though. I don't want to get too far past what Hickman did. Straight down 12-6.
Yeah.
Just a sophomore. Everything's sinking. Everything's heavy. That one's just off. There, I guess, simply put, there's some clay to mold out there on the mound.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I think that he knows how to manipulate the baseball a little bit. Now, he can work on sequencing and location some. That open stance from the stretch, though, he's got to really make sure that front shoulder gets closed. Because when that front shoulder doesn't close, that means there's not enough time for the arm to make its loop to get out in front, so you rush it, or the front shoulder flies, the arm drags behind, you miss up and into the right-handed hitter. If that front shoulder closes, it allows you to have enough time for the arm to come around and be able to get to that outside corner from the right-handed hitter.
Out toward third, and it's a foul ball. It's just a natural sinker. I feel like I'm watching Brandon Webb light. It's just natural.
Yeah, wow, good name, right? Good reference right there. That's good.
I mean, Webb was funny, too, in a sense. Everyone thinks sinker, slider, sinker, slider. Webb was sinker, curveball.
Hey, hold on.
Right. Not the normal combination.
Hey, take a minute. Let's go. Hey, wait a
There's that breaking ball again. I see you working, Tyler. We see it.
Hey, hold on, baby. Let's go 2-2. Anything close, let's go. Take it that way. Relief.
Good take. Close pitch. Wow, so close. And I tell you, Mike Otto, home plate umpire, is not giving up and giving away anything here. I mean, he could easily, if he wanted to go home, have called that a strike, but he's calling it straight, and that was a ball, and it was a good call.
That is strike three. Upper tier of the strike zone. Breaking ball, strike three. A lot to work with for Tyler, but an add-on for the talented team from Franklin. 3 outs, and it's a win. I like your mention about Mike Otto behind home plate. After all, there's so much to do on Fremont Street. mentioned Fremont Street, you're mentioning old school. You mentioned Dylan Wood. He, too, is old school. And his 8 strikeouts today, Steve, have been fun to watch.
They really have. And you can see the assortment of breaking balls that he has. That is a wicked pitch. And he's got the slow roller. He's got the deep, hard breaking ball that just wipes out hitters, gets them to swing and miss over the top, or they just lock up and take it. It is a great pitch, and he can induce some serious ground balls as well.
E-Money has been money on the mound. Dylan Wood played his travel ball last summer for Wow Factor National. We've mentioned before he's an Arizona commit. Said he went to a camp there, pitched well there, ended up touring the college the same day, and the next couple of days he got his offer. He didn't wait around. He said, I'm coming to be with you here in Tucson. All right, so going back to work. That pitch is up and away, fouled off that time. We saw James Mobley, the 4th pitch. The outstanding quarterback now swings the bat.
Love he gets a chance now to see what he can do here. And I hope he can swing it, not bunt here. Let him have some hacks.
Yeah, I agree. Find an alley somewhere. If you're going to square one up, find an alley and let her fly. It's funny, he called time, and I'm not shocked. He actually closed up his stance, and I'm not sure if he did that on purpose or by accident. So hold on one sec. Breaking ball. Maybe the best one he's thrown.
That's just so unfair. You know, I've been sitting on the bench. I come in to pitch. They said, hey, get a bat, get in there, see if you can't take a swing. And he just locks you up with that one.
Quick pitched him. Inside corner, that's strike 3. He just quick pitched him, Steve. Oh,
he's a showman.
My.
I mean, what a showman he is. What he did, right? No real stride, just comes right at him and wicked. Whoosh. He's like, yeah, I'm not ready to hit that one, but you got me.
Unofficially, I got 10. Unofficially, I got 10. And that'll do it for Dylan Wood. We'll step aside and we'll celebrate this young man when we come back. Perfect game All-American, Dylan Wood.
I believe this is where it all began.
And here comes the pitch.
And this is the sweetest sound in the world.
Of course, to be able to swing a bat quick, you're going to have to be strong.
I believe you gotta rise before you can shine. That there is no agony worse than defeat.
The question is, does he have the bat speed? Does he have what it takes?
And an angel watches over me.
And swing it. Just keep swinging. Just keep swinging.
I believe this will all be worth it.
And the next pick in the 2024 draft is...
Amazing thing happens, Steve. So this is a quick pitch, and I'll let you take it from here.
Yeah, so Dylan Wood, the whole game's been coming up with this big leg kick and slide across, and he goes, boom, right at you. Right there, right? No big leg kick, didn't lift it up, didn't swing the leg. He just came right at you right there. And in deception, he tricked him. He went at him. He did a little Johnny Cueto action right there. Marcus Stroman, where those guys will go big leg kick, and then every once in a while, they just slide right at you, and they jump at you with that fastball, and he threw one of his better fastballs. And remember, in order to do that, you've got to be able to be completely in touch with your delivery to be able to get your arm slot in the right spot as a quicker delivery without having your body go through all that normal action to get it where you know you have to throw a strike, and he was able to do that.
And so he looks to the finish line, and he hands the baton to Noah Flores. We saw Flores start the game as a designated hitter, earn himself 4 plate appearances. He and his twin brother Andrew on the team. And if you want a different look, you got a different look. From a funky and unique and powerful right-handed pitcher to a lefty with different kind of stuff. And let's see if it works out nicely. His team's up 8. Russell Christian. He's had a special day. He's played a really good shortstop, A. And then B, with the bat in his hands, he's been special. He doubled in a 3 runs back in the second inning. 3-1.
Yeah, the key for Russell Christian is to get those hands back in that front foot on the ground early enough so that he can launch the bat. If he waits too long, then he rushes everything.
3-2 the count.
Start early, and even if you start too early, that is better than starting too late. Even if you have to pause for a minute, get that separation.
Ball 4. He's on. He'll get a chance to run the bases. And Dalton Kelly, who was scheduled to hit, will hit. Line to left. Infield single, goes after the first pitch. He may have another big break Texas leaguer. Nah, he doesn't. Easy out with an F8 in the scorebook. A couple of outs in the inning. 1 out away from an 11-3 victory.
Little trick for you. If you're running after a fly ball and you feel like your eyes are jiggling up and down, right? In order to slow down, open your mouth. If you open your mouth when you run, it'll not let your eyes bounce up and down, and you'll be able to track the ball better when you're running after it.
And we're not even charging for that, by the way. That tip right there, we're not charging for. We got Stevie Phillips, so I love that. I've never even considered that. But again, I'm not an athlete, so. Where'd you learn that?
Eduardo Perez talks about it all the time.
Wow.
And he was taught that by one of the major league coaches taught him. He said, "Yeah, I was running and my head's jumping up and down." He said, "But when I open my mouth, all of a sudden my head doesn't bounce up and down anymore, and my eyes can track the baseball." So, if you're prone to running down fly balls and your head's bouncing up and down because your eyes are moving, open up your mouth and your eyes will start to stay still.
Popped foul off to the right side, and we'll do it again. 2-2 the count. Steve and I are glad you hung out with us. A couple of really good games today. This one, a fun one. Dylan Wood played the starring role, but he shared it with Jason Harris. One more time, 3-2.
Hey, play behind him. Behind. Dylan.
Matt Stoner, the head coach at Bishop Gorman, has done such a wonderful job in building this event. They've hosted us so kindly. That one's to the right side, and it sneaks on through for a base hit. Don't pack your bats just yet. Don't pack them just yet. Runners on first and third. They don't plan on going away. Good approach.
It is. And what I like is good hitters don't give up at bats. It doesn't matter what the score is, what the situation is. You just have a quality at bat. That's a Rich Aurelia swing right there. No stride, just sort of let the ball travel, punch it into right field. He killed us when he was with the Giants back in the day. St. John grad. He'd come back to New York, and he would do that to us all day long. Played for, Mark Grizzlonic sort of a swing right there. Punch it into right field all the time.
I feel like Rich Aurelius, that one hits the outside corner, had a million big hits. He had quite a career. Kind of sneaky. Breaking ball, ready, leans on that one. Hits it hard into right field, 11-4 the score. Quinn Johnson with a base hit.
Well, whether Calvary comes all the way back or not, this is good for them, right? To come back, to rally, put together some good at-bats, left on left at-bats, come up with a base hit, good base running there at first base as well by Max Arnold. Your run doesn't mean anything. Avoid the line drive, freeze, don't get hit with it with 2 outs. Then move.
1-0 the count, Carter Hampton. Carter hits it firm, right to the man with the glove on his hands, the sure-handed shortstop. And Harris puts that one away. So he had a really big night with a bat in his hands, the defense there behind him. He's got that game-winning baseball, and it is a victory for Franklin. Well, Harris was one of the stars, Steve, certainly with 3 extra base hits. Then again, so was Dylan Wood on the mound.
Yeah, boy, I tell you, we saw some great pitching from Dylan Wood. I like that he overcame some adversity. He had a bad inning, and he just rallied. He showed how tough he was out there, and he showed the assortment of stuff, and he knew how to use it. And then Jason Harris, man, that's swinging the bat, the catalyst, swimming on the bases, running the bases, and then Brandon Williams, he can fly. That catcher, he's going to be a star. I loved how they played today. Good baseball being played here at Bishop Gorman.
Tanner Taylor and Steve, excellent job on the 1s and the 2s. We were able to keep up with you because you're good at what you do. He's Steve, I'm Darren. And until next time, we'll be back from Vegas tomorrow on Perfect Game TV.